The man marked by flames is a mysterious character in One Piece, as we haven't even seen his silhouette yet. However, Oda has already provided enough hints for us to predict who he is and what role he might play in the story. As you saw in the title, I believe this character was one of the previous Gorosei who survived IMU, and I will explain why. The biggest shock of chapter 1125 was Saturn's death at the whim of IMU, who cut off his power and life force. This event confirmed the long-held fan theory that the Gorosei rely on IMU for their power and apparent immortality. Saturn was quickly replaced by Garling, despite having served IMU for more than 200 years, possibly even 800. Isn't it strange that Saturn was the only Gorosei member we saw both 200 years ago and during the God Valley flashback? Where were the other Gorosei members? Was Saturn the only one leaving that room? I don't think so. I believe Oda deliberately hid the other Gorosei members because years ago the Five Elders were different. One of the current Gorosei, Jupiter, seems much younger than the rest. There are many theories about why he's younger. Personally, I believe Jupiter replaced the man marked by flames. I noticed how Oda specifically focused on Jupiter after Garling joined, highlighting the concern on his face. This likely suggests that Jupiter experienced something similar when a previous Gorosei member fell and he took their place. All Gorosei members have numbers. Saturn was number 5 and Jupiter was number 1. We don't yet know exactly why they have numbers or if they're assigned according to power, although that seems unlikely. My theory is that there were originally 5 Gorosei and IMU replaced some of them over time, creating the current numbering system. There might have been multiple replacements, but here we'll discuss only the member replaced by Jupiter. Consider how Ace replaced Odin as the second commander. Ace was indeed powerful, but at the time he didn't even have armament haki, unlike Jozu or Vista. Yet he still took that position. Similarly, Garling replaced Saturn and became number 5, even though he's probably stronger than the other Gorosei. Garling appeared among the 12 most important characters, suggesting a significant role in the final war. This means Oda will likely depict him as more powerful and dangerous. When Saturn died, he was engulfed in black flames, after which his flesh disappeared. What if the man marked by flames was the previous number 1 Gorosei who survived Imu's judgment? His nickname could stem from surviving these flames. Oda loves wordplay, and another important hint lies in the word marked. 2 chapters ago, we learned that several members of the God's Knights received a mark, granting them passage through the abyss, much like the 5 elders. This mark likely grants additional powers, such as summoning others, telepathy, as seen when the Gorosei communicated over great distances, or even demonic powers and devil fruits. If this mysterious character also had such a mark and survived Imu's flames, his nickname, the man marked by flames, makes perfect sense. It's peculiar that nobody, not even Blackbeard, knows what this person looks like. This could be because his appearance drastically changed after losing Imu's powers. Perhaps burn scars or sudden aging made him unrecognizable even to those who knew him before. Shiryu previously suggested that this individual had connections to the world government, which might indeed be true. It's surprising that Blackbeard couldn't locate this person for an entire year, considering his accomplishments. Acquiring 2 powerful devil fruits, invading Impel Down, assembling a formidable crew, and claiming his own island. Despite these feats, the man marked by flames remains his greatest obstacle, implying immense strength and intelligence. Jupiter's young appearance compared to the other Gorosei could indeed be explained by his status as a replacement for this former elder, now known as the man marked by flames. Nothing in One Piece is purely black and white. The Straw Hats appear kind, but they're still pirates, and to an average civilian, Luffy might seem villainous. Even among celestial dragons, considered the most evil, there were noble individuals like Don Quixote Homing and Corazon. We still don't fully understand why this man chose to sail and hide the poneglyph. His motivations remain a mystery. It wouldn't be surprising if a Gorosei member became tired or angry with his role, decided to escape, and perhaps even planned ahead to evade Imu's judgment. Another subtle hint is that the man marked by flames was mentioned immediately after Wano, before Egghead, around the same time Oda decided to reveal the 5 Gorosei and the Holy Knights. Speaking of the Holy Knights, he might be a former knight as well. Replacing roles isn't only common among the Gorosei, but among the Holy Knights too. We saw how they tried to recruit Loki, most likely to fill a vacant position within their organization. They have marks as well, but we don't yet know if Imu directly controls them or if she can burn them similarly to how she did with Saturn. However, this possibility makes sense as well. Now I will try to explain how and why Imu controls the Gorosei through these marks. First, the most visually noticeable hint is the Gorosei's strange eyes when they transform. they appear possessed, as though they're not fully controlling themselves. In other words, IMU controls and owns them. That's why they're immortal. Many fans speculate that IMU achieved this power through repeated use of the Ope Ope no Mi's immortality operation. If true, this would mean IMU managed to repeatedly acquire and use this devil fruit's power. One of the biggest clues we've gotten so far is the mysterious mention of a place known as the Phantom Room or Lost Chamber. Ever since this was first mentioned in the manga, I've believed that this Phantom Room is in fact the same Chamber of Flowers we've repeatedly seen IMU inhabiting. It seems IMU can fully utilize their powers within this chamber, whatever those powers may be. It's also possible that the butterflies surrounding IMU represent souls. Additionally, I believe the Chamber of Flowers was originally cultivated by the Red Line's first settlers, the Lunarians. Many have already theorized this room represents the Garden of Eden. If this is the case, perhaps it connects to the tattoos of Kalgara and Wiper, symbolizing the serpent that tempted Eve with the forbidden fruit. It's also likely there's a particular tree within this garden. There might be a devil fruit tree in the Chamber of Flowers, but I also suspect there's another tree referencing the Tree of Life from the Book of Genesis. This connection provides an important clue regarding King's tattoo. It might represent the blossom of a specific tree, a tree of life symbolized by a cherry blossom. It's easy to overlook Dr. Hiruluk's story about a famous pirate from the West Blue who suffered from an incurable heart disease but was miraculously healed by a forest of cherry blossoms. Because of this legend, Hiruluk chose the cherry blossom as the symbol of medicine. King's tattoo could represent Lunarian pride, a plant capable of curing any illness. You might recall Doflamingo's words from his jail cell. Isn't it okay to reveal what it is already? Power degrades quickly anyway. It rots away in no time at all. The words rot and time suggest something temporary, something that withers and must be regrown repeatedly. Maybe the power of that tree is similar to the Adam tree. In recent chapters, we saw that the branches of the Adam tree could be burned. It might seem insignificant, but entire villages were destroyed as a result. What if IMU can connect the cherry blossoms to the Gorosei, granting them eternal life, yet at the same time can end their lives at will, simply by cutting the branches down? Perhaps Nefertari D. Lily even attempted to leave a warning about the true nature of IMU's power. Back in chapter 202, we saw a painting on a wall that seemed to depict the ritualistic sealing of a devil. If devil fruits are born from the manifestation of people's dreams and desires, what if devils themselves emerged from people's fears and nightmares? As NL said in chapter 275, it's not God that people fear, but rather the terror that God embodies. This concept could explain how IMU initially seized power, by tempting other founding members with promises of power and immortality. IMU did not force the Gorosei to serve her. She simply offered them power, and in exchange, the 5 elders, and likely the holy knights as well, were willing to serve under her. In the end, they're not truly in control of their own lives, but they gain immortality, immense power, and instead of ruling themselves, they rule the world. Vegapunk refused to declare which side of the Void Century conflict was good or evil, but perhaps Vegapunk's own experiences ironically provide the missing context. The problem wasn't that either side was inherently evil, rather both sides were driven by greed. This greed could explain exactly how IMU controls the Gorosei, seemingly able to strip away their power and life force at will. That's it for today. Share your thoughts about this theory in the comments below. Could the man marked by flames actually be one of the former Gorosei, or perhaps a former member of the Holy Knights? Let me know what you think. If you want to learn more about IMU and her plans, you can watch this video right here. Thanks for watching.